You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball on 95.3 The Farm, WHOP HD2 Hopkinsville, and online at 953thefarm.com. Hoptown Hoppers Baseball is on the air. This Hoptown Hoppers broadcast is brought to you by Hopkinsville Milling Company, Southern States Petroleum and Co-op, Hayes Furniture, Pinnaral Electric, Max Arnold & Sons, Raymond Nelson Insurance, Planners Bank, J. Schrecker Jewelry, Toyota of Hopkinsville, the Hoptown Hoppers, and All Clean Services and AKS Flooring and Design Center. Now let's head out to the ballpark for today's game.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to Hopkinsville High School's Tiger Field, where tonight the Hoptown Hoppers entertain the Paducah Chiefs. Joe Wilson with you here tonight, also along with Colin Carruthers. And what better way to celebrate a 4th of July than a little baseball? Maybe a hot dog, maybe something else down there at the concession stand. But we'll hear fireworks tonight as the neighborhood here around the field has already started. But, Colin, it ought to be a good one tonight.
Absolutely. First of all, again, no better place to be than right here with some Hoppers baseball celebrating at the Diamond, but it should be a great game between two very talented rosters. Paducah, even though they're sub 500 right now, has battled with every single team every single night. They're going to give another good fight here tonight as well.
Welcome to the pregame show. It's brought to you by Barbecue Shack. You know them. You love them. They're offering catering and custom cooking. Visit them Wednesday and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., 4687 Pembroke Road in Hopkinsville. That's where you'll find them. The Hoppers enter tonight's game with a half-game lead over Henderson. The OVL standings are 19-7. Hoptown's won seven of its last 10 games, including a 4-2 win over Madisonville last night. That was kind of a pitcher's duel last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely was. I mean, out the gate, guys were just firing back and forth. There were a little shakes there in the first inning for Madisonville, but outside of that, I mean, it was really good battle. In the zone, guys were fouling things off, giving good at-bats, but the defense also really helped things out in that matchup as well. I loved Henley on the mound for the Hoppers. He looked fantastic in the second outing.
Hoppers just continue to get good pitching. They've had it all summer, and also some timely hitting as their successful 2026 season hopefully will continue tonight. Meanwhile, Paducah, as Colin said, they enter at 12-14. They're in 4th place in the OVL. They're 7 games back of the Hoppers. They've lost 7 of their last 10, but as he said, they're in every ball game, and they're very talented, and you'll recognize a lot of the names as this will be the 6th meeting of the season between the two teams. And Chiefs coming off a 5-2 win over Fulton last night. Stay tuned. I've got an interview with tonight's starting pitcher, Carter Ross. That's coming up next as you're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball on 95.3 The Farm and 953thefarm.com.
No matter what.
Your home for country's greatest hits. 95.3 The Farm. WHOP HD2 Hopkinsville.
This is Joe Wilson. I'm with Hoptown Hoppers pitcher Carter Ross. He's on the bump tonight to take on the Paducah Chiefs. And Carter, you guys have played them several times now. Everybody's kind of seen each other. So, what's the difference pitching this time? I'm assuming that you've seen them before, at least know enough about them to kind of have a plan.
Yes, sir. I've not thrown against them yet, actually. This will be the first time actually throwing against them, but I've got to sit in the dugout and watch swings, watch swing paths, and all the things, and hopefully pitch to contact, get weak contact in about 3 pitches, and last more than 4 innings of tip.
At this point in the season, you guys kind of have a good feeling for them, but I know it's always good to start off with a strike, try to get ahead in the count. But what's your plan tonight?
Just execute. The more I can execute, the easier it'll be to get these guys out. I mean, they're a good swinging team. It's just a matter of fact of how fast I can get them out and how long I can go in the game.
Carter, tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from, and who do you play for in college?
Yes, sir. I'm from Somerset, Kentucky. Over by
Briar Jumpers.
I'm a Maroon.
Okay,
so.
I got you.
Yes,
Pulaski?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I'm a Maroon. I go to Midway University. I'm a freshman. I'll be a sophomore, but just finished up my freshman season.
So when you're pitching, what are your main pitches, and what are the pitches you're working on this summer?
Mostly fastball, curveball, changeup. Working on a little cutter this summer, and just really trying to nail down those other three.
How's your summer been so far?
So far, so good. Battled a little bit of an injury there for about a week and a half, but other than that, it's been pretty solid.
You guys have 3 in 24 hours in this heat, and it's going to be tough, but, what's the plan as far as that goes?
Just try and get through them as fast as we can, play good, clean baseball, and execute all the small things.
Kind of got a race going on with Henderson, too. You want to get a win, I know, tonight, try to put some pressure on them, but do you guys pay attention to the standings at all during the game?
We definitely watch them. I'd be lying if we said we didn't, but as long as we win right now, it doesn't really matter until we play them again. So as long as we keep winning, doing our thing, we're all right.
Carter, good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
That's the Hoptown Hoppers pitcher, Carter Ross. He's pitching tonight against the Paducah Chiefs. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball on 95.3 The Farm and 953thefarm.com.
Celebrate.
Welcome back to the pregame show from Hopkinsville High School's Tiger Field, where tonight the 19-7 Hoptown Hoppers entertain the 12-14 Paducah Chiefs on a beautiful 4th of July evening. We do have some clouds out in the west, and our fellow broadcaster from Paducah has warned us that it is raining over there and headed this way. So hopefully, Colin, we can get in this one tonight. They say that some of those storms are kind of dying out, so hopefully that'll happen before it gets here tonight, and we can get this one in. Hoppers enter tonight's game half game in front of Henderson for first place in the OVL standings. As we mentioned before, this is the 6th meeting between the two teams this summer. Hoptown 4-1 against the Chiefs in those previous meetings. Hoppers have been particularly hard to beat here at Tiger Field.
I mean, it's been one loss here all year long to the Henderson Flash, and outside of that, they have been fantastic here in every aspect of the game. They've had some that they've been really, really close, and you go back to their walk-off win against Full Count last week, where it looked like they're going to lose for the first time at home. And once again, we've said it all year, we're going to say it again. They found a way to win, and that's what makes this team so good.
The Cardiac Hoppers.
Absolutely.
Right, the Cardiac Hoppers. So names you'll hear tonight for Paducah include Trey Dooley. He's leading the team with .920 OPS. He's also team-leading slugging percentage at .479. And he has been a hopper killer in the past. But other guys you're going to recognize tonight in their lineup, Brett Haas, who has played real well against the Hoppers in the past. So has Brendan Mira. And Javon Andrews also has had a couple of big games, along with Maddox Cope. So these guys very familiar with Hoptown. Hoptown very familiar with them.
Yeah, absolutely they are. And again, as we've said, Paducah's been in games with everyone, but the matchups between these two have been really good. You go back to the last time they played each other, it was out at Paducah, where that was actually one of the games that the Hoppers took control of early and really didn't let go of a lead. It was tied a little bit in the third inning. Then after that, they just sat in the driver's seat all game long, which, again, haven't seen too much. It's usually that come-from-behind win that the Hoppers have specialized in this summer. That was a game, though, that they were able to control and end up coming out with the victory.
You mentioned in one of our previous broadcasts, it seems like the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings are where the Hoppers kind of come alive. So
yeah,
we'll see if that happens tonight. That's going to wrap up our pregame show. We'll be back with the starting lineups and first pitch when we return. You're listening to Hoppers Baseball on 95.3 The Farm.
capital of the world. This is WHOP HD2 Hopkinsville, 95.3 The Farm.
Joe Wilson and Colin Carruthers here in the Chick-fil-A broadcast booth at Hoptown High School's Tiger Field here in Hoptown Hoppers getting ready to take on the Paducah Chiefs tonight. Game time weather is sponsored by Charlie Henderson State Farm.
Here's your WHOP Weather Center forecast. A heat advisory continues until 8 p.m. tonight. Slight chance of thunderstorms tonight, otherwise partly cloudy skies. Lows level off around 72, west winds at around 5 miles an hour. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times tomorrow. Chance of thunderstorms, highs level off around 90. That's the forecast from the WHOP Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Megan Mulford. Currently 91.
Starting lineups brought to you by Riken Elastomers. Join the Riken Elastomers team with process operator starting pay at $20.50 an hour, topping out at a year at $24.43 an hour, plus shift premiums for second and third shifts. And an excellent benefit package that includes employee-paid benefits day one of employment. Call them today, 270-475-2150, extension 214, to learn more. For Paducah, they come in at 12-14 tonight. They'll start Jackson Supski, I think. Supski is the left fielder tonight. He'll bat first. Brett Haas bats second, and will be the DH tonight. Trey Dooley will bat third and play first base. He'll be followed at the cleanup spot by Andrew Dixon, who's playing left field tonight. Brendan Mira is batting fifth and playing third base tonight. Jack Robinson is the right fielder and batting sixth. Austin Wilson will catch tonight and bat seventh. Javon Andrews will play center field and bat eighth, and Maddox Cope is the second baseman, and he'll bat ninth tonight. Tonight pitching for Paducah is Jake Morris. For the Hoppers, Brennan Gibson leads off and plays left field. He'll be followed by Cade Wall at shortstop, Dom Hartman at third base. In the cleanup spot, Evan Leonard, the DH. Zach Hampton is playing second base, batting fifth tonight. Mark Harmon is batting sixth and catching. Easton Beatty is the right fielder, batting seventh. Declan Riggs is batting eighth and playing first base, and Alex McGuire is our center fielder and pitching tonight. Ross Carter, and he is on the mound, and Supski is in the box. We're ready to go, Colin, right here tonight. And again, we've gotten a chance a couple of times to see Carter pitch this year. First pitch starts up high and tight. 1-0 the count as we are underway here at Tiger Field. Carter, right-hander. You heard his interview before the game. Goes to Midway University. This one's hit into left field. Gibson giving chase. Also coming over at the shortstop and third base. Also Hartman, they run out of room down there on the third base side. So a long strike there. That one stayed in the air for a long time.
Yeah, it did. There's a couple balls yesterday that, ironically enough, it felt different than usual. They got some good airtime, but came down a lot quicker, it felt like. It was weird. There was a lot of top spin compared to the back spin you're usually supposed to get when you put a ball in play.
Carter is he's a right-handed pitcher. He's pitched 18 and a third innings so far this summer. 1-0 is his record. 26 strikeouts, 15 walks, has an ERA of 9.32. This pitch misses inside, and it's 2-1. He was talking before the game. It likes to throw fastball, changeup, curve, and he's working on a cutter. And we were talking about that before the game, Colin, just that a lot of these guys, that's what they use this summer for, is to try to find that out pitch they'll need in the spring. Pitch here is high, and it's 3-1 now, the count.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to go out there and win. That's the competitive nature in you, but a lot of guys have stuff to work on. They're sent by their coach to work on a specific thing for when they return in the fall. Sure, there's some other guys that are in the transfer portal looking for a new home and need to perform, but that's not the case for everyone.
And a leadoff walk is issued to Supski as Carter misses high for ball 4. And so Brett Haas will bat here. He's the DH, and Brett is off to a good summer here. He's batting .316 and had a couple of good games against the Hoppers. Bats right.
I would say that last game was maybe the only game that we haven't seen Paducah hit as well in, and he was the one guy who kind of kept things rolling through their lineup and kept that spark alive for him.
Good lead over at first. They'll throw over. Just gets back in time. Good move there by Ross. Supski looks like he's ready to swipe a base out there. Brett Haas, the batter. No outs, top of the first here. Throw back to first again. And again, he's back in time.
All right, we'll see if we can match Montes' 6 pickoffs in 1 at-bat last night.
Is that the record?
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Comes set, pitch here, curveball, and that one breaks right over the plate for a strike. Fooled Haas on that one. It's 0-1. Good crowd here tonight on this 4th of July evening. I'm sure if we had our windows open, you'd be able to hear there's a lot of firecrackers and all kinds of bottle rockets and stuff going off in the neighborhood around the field.
Even without the windows open, surely by the 5th or 6th inning, we're going to hear that a little bit better.
I think you're right. I live over in the neighborhood, and it is it's wild over here. Swing and a miss. They'll throw down to first behind the runner, and he's back. But Haas falls behind the count 0-2 as he swung through that one. I believe he could foresee that high pitch being driven over the wall out there, and he wasn't able to catch up to it. Harmon, though, had thoughts of picking off the runner. He threw down there behind. Nearly got Supsky. They'll throw over again. Obviously, when you get your leadoff man on, and especially on the road against the Hoppers, you want to try to get some things moving, maybe get an early lead. Curveball here, and he strikes him out. Beautiful pitch there, Colin.
Absolutely, it was. It's exactly what you're looking for, that out pitch right there. Go downstairs with a curveball. When Carter Ross's curveball is on, he's going to have a pretty good day. You mentioned his ERA a little north of 9 right now, and it's just because a few outings kind of got away from when he kept missing the fastball up. So one thing big for him today that I want to see is working down the mound a little bit more to bury that pitch. But also, you go back to his first start against Fulton this year, and that's when everything was working, including that curveball, and no one could touch it.
So he's got one away here. He'll face Trey Dooley. Throw over to first, not in time. Supsky already going to take home half of the dirt around first base in his shirt and pants over there. So he's had to dive back about 6 times already. Here's a pitch in the dirt, knocked down there by Harmon. The runner will stay put at first. So Dooley ahead in the count 1-0.
That's another thing I like that Benny's been able to do this year. It helps when you have the ability for it, and I get you don't get that every outing, but if you got a pitcher and a catcher who attend the same school, keeping them together as a battery out there.
Throws a fastball right past Dooley there. 1-1. Yeah, you're right, and they were out there in the bullpen. They were kind of kidding around with each other and kind of, doing what guys do out there before the game. You can tell they've been around each other quite a bit. Fastball in there fools Dooley as he watches it the whole way, and it's 1-2. One out here in the top of the first. Man on. Supsky gets back that time without even having to dive back. Carter Ross paying a lot of attention to Supsky, who drew a leadoff walk here. Dooley has the ball here fouled off on the right side. Brand new baseball in someone's backyard.
Half the throws this inning from Ross have been over the first base instead of the plate, it feels like
You're
at
right.
this point.
You're right. I think he's thrown more pitches there than he has home. Andrew Dixon waits on deck for the Chiefs. Pitch here on the outside. Knocked down again by Harmon. 2-2. Carter said he had suffered a little bit of an injury, but he kind of worked back from an injury earlier in the year, too. It's good to see because sometimes guys will go home with stuff like that, but he was able to get back. Curveball hit back up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. And the Chiefs have runners on first and second. Good piece of hitting there by Trey Dooley. He just drove that ball right back up the middle. And they have runners on first and second now with one out, and here's Andrew Dixon. Dixon on the left side of the plate. Left fielder batting .272 coming into tonight. Tall, lanky fella.
He's another guy who's had a really good bat throughout the summer. I mean, the past week or so, it's kind of dropped that average off a little bit, but he's been really consistent for the most part throughout the month of June.
Pitch is inside, so he's ahead in the count 1-0.
If he's able to bring that average back up and be as consistent in July as he was in June, this is a team that could make some trouble happen come postseason.
They have some starting pitchers, too, you don't want to see in a short series, for sure. Comes set, pitches low, and it's 2-0. Appreciate everybody listening tonight. Hopefully you're able to celebrate with your family and friends. Colin Carruthers and I are here to give you our take of the game. Here's the ball ripped into right field. Line drive for a base hit. It'll load the bases. As everybody stops, throw comes into the plate perfectly. Thrown in there from Beatty. But Paducah with a couple of hits and a walk, and they've loaded the bases here with one out in the top of the first.
You know, right now for Ross, though, getting the ball over the plate in this first inning is huge. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but the big thing that got away from him in those other games was he was missing high with the fastball and couldn't get a pitch in the zone, so he walked consecutive dudes, and that's how they end up scoring against him for the most part. They end up scoring basically off an RBI single, but he would load the bases with walks. So if he's able to stay in the zone, you're happier with that.
Mira, the batter, ball gets past the catcher, Harmon. Bounces back, but nobody there to cover, and Supsky scores, and it's 1-0 Paducah. Other runners move up one base on the wild pitch. So Supsky walks, moves to second on a base hit by Dooley, and then to third on a hit by Dixon, and then scores on the wild pitch to Mira, and it's 1-0 Paducah here in the top of the first.
There's my announcer, Shinks.
Yep.
Hey, but throwing over the plate. Next one goes to the backstop.
That's right.
My bad, Carter.
You can blame us. Fastball high. That's what you were talking about right there. And that's what happened with Supsky. He missed high on 3 fastballs. Count 2-0. Runners on second and third. One out here in the top of the first. Hit a chopper down to first. It's booted over there, but picked up at second. But nobody to cover the bag. And a run will score on the air by the first baseman over there. Riggs not able to come up with it. It actually ricocheted straight to Zach Hampton, but nobody to cover the bag.
And if Ross is running over that way immediately, there's a chance for it. But he held up thinking that, Riggs may have been able to grab it and step on first, get the out. Nope. Turn it back around, and that's when he realized, I got to go cover that over there. It's hit that way.
Coach Benny's not happy already with the way things are started out, so he's out there having a meeting right now with his infielders.
And fair, this is another team you cannot get down quite a bit against and expect a good comeback. Sure, the Hoppers have been prone to that this year, but Paducah team that you're going to struggle to really make comeback against in general, and that's what teams have struggled with against them. You look at Paducah versus Full Count. They've played fantastic against them, and they get ahead early, and they just hold their lead and coast throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, they hit the ball pretty well through their lineup, too. It's not a team that you can take a batter off on.
No. That plus, if you're looking a little sluggish in the field, you're already down by 2. How do you expect the team to hit when they come to the other half? You're not expecting many, many runs.
Hoppers down 2-0 now. Runners on the corners. Riggs is going to actually hold the runner on at first. I thought for a moment there he wasn't. Ross's first pitch is swung on and missed by Robinson. Jack Robinson, the batter. Right-hander.
There's your fireworks.
There they are.
And welcome.
Dom Hartman at the edge of the grass at third base. Everybody else playing their normal spots. This one swung on and missed as well. Ross ahead in the count 0-2. That may be that cutter he was working on right there. Did you see that?
I probably was. I think you're correct with that. And, hey, look good. Why not sit with it a few more pitches?
That's right. Ahead in the count here, 0-2. Could use a strikeout right here. Pitch on the way, fouled off right back at us.
I'd say go back to that cutter right here. Try the fastball high and in. You maybe scoot him a half-inch off the plate, even if it's just subconsciously in his head. Then you go with that cutter that dips away. Why not?
This pitch is on the way, hit into right. It's a line drive, caught, and the runner will not advance. And a perfect throw from Beatty on the line to home plate from right field. Really nice there. Ball just wasn't deep enough, but Beatty with a rocket right to home plate. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the first.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, if that runner ended up taking off, even if it was immediately without hesitation, he probably would have been thrown out by a couple of steps. Not been huge, but like it was there. That throw was magnificent from Beatty.
Austin Wilson now bats. He's the 7th man up this inning for Paducah. Runners on the corner with 2 out. Paducah leads 2-0. This one misses inside. Yeah, I really thought that Dixon might bluff like he was going to go to possibly cause a throw that could get away to move that runner at first over to second.
I did too.
1-0 the count now. Pitch on the way. In the dirt, blocked. Good job there by Harmon. Keeps the runners at bay. 2-0. There's a case right there of no one kind of being familiar with the pitcher, knowing what that pitch was going to do. He was able to block it and keep it in front of him. Ross needs to come back here. Pitch on the way. Inside is called a strike. 2-1 to Austin Wilson, the catcher. Wilson batting .309, having a good summer for the Chiefs. Batting from the right side. Pitch is high for ball 3. Mira kind of took off from first base there, maybe caught Ross's attention a little bit on that. So 3-1 the count. And this fastball, called strike on the inside corner. Wilson didn't like it.
Nope.
We'll take it, and the count is full. See if Ross can get out of this jam he's been in. Comes set. Runner goes first. Ball's hit into right field. It'll score 1, and the runner from first will head to third. They'll throw over. It's cut there, and it'll be just changing places as Dixon scores on the RBI single from Wilson.
That was another really good throw from Beatty. On a line, never skipped up and fired it right to Hartman in his chest.
That's correct.
Hit him well over there. But, yeah, this is an inning that's getting away from Ross, and he cannot get away from it any quicker right now.
So runners still in the corners. 2 outs, I'm sorry. And the batter now is Javon Andrews. Takes it high and tight, ball 1. As you mentioned, we don't want to fall too far behind the Paducah team. As they may be 12-14, but they're not a team you want to see in a short series for sure. Swing and a miss there as Andrews was trying to make it 6-0. He gave it all he had.
Again, you're chasing 20 wins here early in July, and it'd be pretty cool to get it on the 4th, but also you want to keep that at least half-game lead in first place right now.
Yep. This ball in the dirt. 2-1 now to Andrews.
Benny had mentioned how, first place and second place can mean a whole lot of difference on who you play in the OVL postseason. He really wants that first place spot.
Yeah, I think that's ball hits away from the catcher. It kind of ricochets over toward the Hoppers dugout, and it's 4-0 as Mira moves in to score, and over to second base goes Wilson. That ball looked like a Super Bowl, just rocked right out over toward the Hoptown dugout over there. So another score on the wild pitch. 2 wild pitches have allowed runs to score this inning. 4-0 Paducah leads. 2-2 the count with 2 out to Andrews. Runner on second. Ross has one hit down toward third. Hartman picks it up, throws across the diamond, and they're going to get him out of there. But not before Paducah comes away with 4 runs. They gave him 4 hits. I thought that was an error earlier, but they gave him a single on it. But so 4 hits, 4 runs, and there were no errors. There was 1 man left on. We go to the bottom of the first. Checking the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard, it's Paducah 4, Hoptown coming to bat. You're listening to Hoppers Baseball on 95.3 The Farm.
playing the greatest country hits of all time. WHOP HD2 Hopkinsville. 95.3 The Farm.
Back here at the Chick-fil-A broadcast booth, Joe Wilson, Colin Carruthers with you here, and the Hoppers trail 4-0 as they get their first attempt at the plate tonight. And they're going against Jake Morris. And forgive me, I'm going to call him Jack Morris. I'm just telling you. Because Jack was a big pitcher when I was younger with the Detroit Tigers. But it's Jake Morris. He's pitched 13 2/3 innings this summer, 0-0 on his record. Struck out 11, walked 6. He has a 4.09 ERA, and he's staked out to a 4-run lead. So got to like that when you come to the bump.
Oh, this is awesome. I'd take a timeout right here to look down. Tonight, with it being 4th of July, they invited, I think it's called My Barber Shop, as the game day sponsor, and a gentleman now sitting in a barber chair who's looking like he's probably going to get his hair dyed either red or blue. And the other option is getting your hair buzzed for $10 to donate to St. Jude. But this would be incredible. I think he's got, from what I just saw, he's got to be related to Trey Dooley somehow.
Is that right?
I'm not 100%, but I think his girlfriend just came up to the gentleman there, so I assume it's probably Trey Dooley's dad. But that's
cool
awesome.
Thing. That is a cool thing. It really is. Of course, the Hoppers tonight wearing their Olivet Baptist shirts that have the blue stars and stripes on the right sleeve, and then the red and white stripes on the left sleeve. So very 4th of July-ish tonight for them. Brennan Gibson will lead off for the Hoppers. He'll be followed by Cade Wall and Dom Hartman here in the first. First pitch is a ball. Gibson's been a good addition to this team. He's really come in and hit the ball well. Played well in defense as well. Takes a strike there. It's 1-1.
He's been terrific defensively as well as at the plate. And he has a really good mindset of how he sees each pitch. I've talked to him between games, and he sees the ball really, really well when he's in the box.
He hits one down to shortstop. Picked up, throw across the field. They'll get him by about a half a step there as Supsky makes the play, and there's one away. That ball wasn't hit real hard. Supsky had to come up and make a good, strong throw there.
And he got really on top of that ball.
Yeah, he did. But it kind of died after it got out in the grass there. So Cade Wall bats here with one out in the first. Hoptown trails 4-0. Paducah came out swinging here in the first. Morris, big right-hander, finds the outside corner and starts Wall off with a fastball for a strike.
Yeah, this is the 4th time we are seeing Morris. Only the first time we're seeing him as a starter, though. It's only his 2nd start all year long. They had to transition him there after they've lost a few starters that have gone home at this point.
This ball's hit over on the right side, moving over on it at first baseman in foul territory, and Dooley will take care of it. So while his dad's getting a haircut, he makes the play.
There's no way he's aware of that right now, right?
No. I don't know.
Again,
though.
assuming that's his dad.
He has a good angle at that. He might be able to see
That'd
that.
be hilarious. He probably could, and there's a very good chance he does see it. That would be, I think, the greatest thing ever if he looked at it. If that is his dad, again.
Right.
Which I think it is because, again, it was Trey Dooley's girlfriend that was talking to him.
Yeah. So 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Hoppers trail 4-0 fastball to start off Hartman, and it finds the zone. 0-1 now to the Hoppers' third baseman. Boy, he has been a fan favorite all summer. Started off the first night, and it's just continued all summer long. Maybe you can get something going here. This one misses outside, and it's 1-1.
You know, looking at those 3 appearances for Morris against the Hoptown Hoppers, he's given up 3 hits every single time. He's only given up more hits once, where he went 4 innings giving up 4 hits. Outside of that, he's barely pitched against the Hoppers.
There's a pitch on the outside corner, maybe a little bit too far out, but umpire said it looked good, so 1-2. Hartman didn't like that.
In 2 of those outings, he only got 3 outs, or he didn't get a single out in one of them and just had to get pulled early.
He misses inside there. You know, a couple times we've played the Chiefs, they've used about 6 or 7 pitchers in a game. It seems like, they kind of have a short hook.
They absolutely do. They got some arms at the wazoo as well. It helps when you've got a plethora in the bullpen.
It's true. 2-2 the count. Ball tapped back up the middle. Supsky comes across. Going to have to make a long throw. He does. Beautiful play there by Supsky, who makes 2 of the outs this inning. And the Hoppers go 1-2-3 here in the first. We played one as we check our Michael Venables State Farm scoreboard. It's Paducah 4, the Hoppers nothing. Back with more Hoptown baseball on 95.3 The Farm.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask Raymond Nelson Insurance, 3205 Lafayette Road in Hopkinsville, if auto owners make sense for you.
Hi, this is Chance Todd from Somerset, Kentucky. We would not have Hoppers Baseball without the following businesses. Please support our season sponsors: Nate Craig and Associates, Walmart BC, HBN Contracting, J. Schrecker Jewelry, the WHOP family of stations, and Optimize You. Thank you, and go Hoppers.
.3 The Farm, your home for country's greatest hits.
Welcome back to the Chick-fil-A broadcast booth here at Hopkinsville High School's Tiger Field. Joe Wilson, Colin Carruthers with you. Also, just so you know, there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Christian County. It has been issued for today until 8 o'clock.
Oh, great.
It was just issued. So
Super fun.
if you look back the western side, northwest here, it does look kind of dark back here. But starting to look a little dark at the ball field as well. We're in the top of the second, and the Chiefs will send up Maddox Cope, who's the ninth batter in their lineup, and then they roll it back over. So it'll be Cope, Supsky, and Haas. Carter Ross pitching for the Hoppers. Struggled in the first inning, behind in the count 2-0 here.
I also got to mention I just went out there on the deck to take down the camera. If you're watching on the YouTube, you just saw it go out. But, yeah, you could hear the thunder pretty loud and clear out there. Not to put a damper on things, but there's some great clouds coming our way.
So we've got a severe thunderstorm warning. It's issued for now through 8 o'clock tonight for Christian County.
Boo.
National Weather Service of Paducah has issued severe thunderstorm warning for west central Christian County and south central Kentucky, northeastern Trigg County and western Kentucky. Severe thunderstorm moving over Cadiz right now, moving about 20 miles per hour. Hazards are 60-mile-an-hour wind, gust, and penny-sized hail. So we are going to have to watch that one pretty close, as it looks like it may be headed our way. Full count right now as we're back to the baseball action. Maddox Cope leading off here for the Chiefs. Carter Ross, pitch, hit into center. McGuire goes back on it, makes the play easily. So Alex does a really nice job there on that one. One away. And here comes Jackson Supsky.
Not to put in too much of my 2 cents with Ross, but I think, honestly, that's something he could really perform in very, very well. In his first game, he performed well as a strikeout pitcher, but a lot of guys do well as a ground ball pitcher, a guy who just gets easy pop flies. You don't need to have 14 strikeouts to have a great outing. You can have 2 strikeouts and go through 7 innings, giving up 1 run, because you have simple pop flies or ground balls hit behind you. Just trust the defense.
Supsky will bat here with 1 out. You're right. That's a great point that you made there, because a lot of people do kind of gauge that.
Oh, yeah.
know.
And, like, again, Ross is a guy who, I mean, when he puts the ball over the plate, they're not hitting the ball very, very hard off him throughout the summer, but he's just got to keep it over the plate.
Yep. Couple balls tonight were kind of C&I hits too, you know.
And I think that's the other thing too. If he develops that cutter a little bit more, that's absolutely the type of pitcher he can be for whoever he's pitching with. That's one you just cap off the end of the bat and just ground ball.
Yeah, that's a good point, Colin. Here's a grounder, and that one's hit at second. It'll be picked up over there by Zach Hampton, and he'd got that strong arm. He just whips it right over to first, and there's 2 gone here in the top of the second. Ball kind of came up on Zach a little bit there, but he was able to make the play. And here's Brett Haas. He struck out his last time up. So we've said before, Brett tends to like to play the Hoppers.
Yes, he does.
2 gone here in the second. Ross misses high for ball 1 here. If you're listening to us, you are probably in the thunderstorm warning area, so just keep an eye on the sky. 2-0 the count now to Haas.
Tell it to go away. We got baseball. We got
That's
fireworks.
right.
Not the day for it.
That's right. Red, white, and ooh going to happen around 9:15 tonight over at the fairgrounds. Here's a ball fouled right back over the scoreboard. Or, I'm sorry, the press box. And it's 2-1.
They're still going at it on this dude down there. This is more than just a buzz cut. This is a straight balding.
Oh, yeah. Inside corner finds the strike, and it's 2-2. You know, I was just looking at that. I might have done that if I'd known that I'd have had time.
Fair.
That saves me some work for later on in the week. 2-2 the count with 2 out. Comes back. It's popped up and foul out of play. I can go about about a week and a half, and then I've got to cut it back down. But he's not going to need a cut for a while. That thing, he says buzz cut, but that's not a buzz cut. You're right. That's a lot of skin showing on that haircut down there. Count goes full on Haas. As Ross misses outside.
Maybe it was a special request.
Could have been. Wanted his summer cut. Full count. Ball hit long and out of play on the left side.
I know the first kid I saw tonight to get the buzz cut, not to keep talking about it, but was our ball boy, Ace West.
I saw
got
that.
down there, and then he ended up getting the splotches of red and blue paint.
He did it all, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Now let's see here. Let's see if this gentleman right here is going to get the paint job. Full count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and they get Dooley Haas on the strikeout for the second time tonight. Paducah goes 1-2-3 here in the second. We've played an inning and a half, so we check our Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard. Paducah 4, Hoptown nothing. You're listening to Hoppers Baseball on 95.3 The Farm. Bottom of the second we go, and Evan Leonard, Zach Hampton, and Mark Harmon will bat for the Hoppers here as they trail 4-0 against the Paducah Chiefs. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in our area, and you can kind of see it now as coming into the window view of the press box coming out of the Katie's area. So everybody kind of keep an eye on the sky. That thunderstorm warning good until 8 o'clock tonight. Could bring with it some high winds, some hail, so just keep an eye there. Here's Evan Leonard, the designated hitter for the Hoppers tonight, batting .346 on the year. Pitch is called a strike from Morris. Got the Hoppers 1-2-3 in the first inning. Fireworks have started in the neighborhood as they think that they're not going to get a chance, so they're going to get them all in now. 0-2 the count is that time. Leonard way behind as he swung through. We check our weather radar here. It does look like lots of rain coming right at us. We may not be here much longer, but we'll see. We'll be with you until we aren't. And the pitch here on the outside, 1-2.
Here's the other thing I'll bring up, which I know we won't love to hear, nor will anyone, but I have a feeling they'll probably try to wait out quite a bit because looking at the radar for next week, it's going to be a lot of rain. So I was talking with Stephen McNett, head coach for the Miners, yesterday, and we were thinking final week of the regular season could be straight doubleheaders for everyone, which is going to be
bad for
tiring.
pitching, wouldn't it? Be
bad for pitching, bad for the guys. One thing I mentioned to him was some of these dudes who are going to be playing 14, 15 innings of baseball a day, that's not going to work for them. They're going to pull an ACL or something.
Yep. 2-2 the count to Leonard as he's evened it back up. Morris misses outside there, and it's full count. Yeah, that's too much baseball too often.
Love baseball, and sure, you always want to play, but at the same time, you got to make sure your body's okay.
Yeah, the league could, and they've done this in the past when they get behind kind of like this. It's like, well, we're just going to finish up with whatever, and, you know, we don't want to kill these kids.
No.
A walk issued to Leonard to lead off the second. The Hoppers have their first base runner of the night. So here's Zach Hampton.
Now batting number 9, Zach.
Yeah, I have a good feeling that no one's going to finish with 40 games, which is fine.
No, I don't think so. Although full count has done everything they knew to make up their games.
Yes, they have.
Doubleheaders.
Give them credit.
Here's Zach Hampton. Made a nice play in the field a while ago. Takes first pitch outside, and it's 1-0. As all of a sudden, Morris having some issues finding the strike zone.
And, Joe, what do you say about making a good play in the field next half inning?
Every time. Every time. Another one misses outside. Whoop, he's going to call that one a strike, and that was over the line. That was on the left batter's box line. He sees the weather. He sees it. He's not going to fool around either. So 1-1 the count. Zach better be swinging up there, buddy. The strike zone's gotten a lot bigger. Pitch here is outside. Almost the same place.
Almost. I think was closer.
Yeah. 2-1 the count now.
I wonder if the second one was a makeup for the first.
Could have been.
Maybe.
Not much of a lead at all for Leonard at first. May not matter as Hampton's now hit 3-1 the count. I wonder what we'll do here. I'm sure he'll have the green light to do whatever he wants to do, but way ahead in the count, and Morris struggling all of a sudden to find the strike zone. This pitch on the way, high for ball 4. So he's walked 2 straight batters to start the second, and the Hoppers are in business here with runners on first and second. And Mark Harmon coming to the plate. Catcher for the Hoppers.
Now batting number 11, Mark Harmon.
Any way on to get something going here early, especially when you're already trailing by 4. And with Mark Harmon at the plate, he last played on Monday against the Miners in that doubleheader and got his first pair of RBIs that were not go-ahead RBIs. He brought in 2 to extend a lead in the second game of the doubleheader.
He's going to put a bunt down. He pops it up. It's going to land and roll foul. Well, he got really fortunate there as Dooley almost made that play in the air. And if he had, Leonard was a dead duck, and maybe even Hampton would have been quick to get back. But Leonard was halfway to third base.
Dooley also started taking a few extra chop sets because he didn't want to run into Harmon, didn't want to collide with him. And if he wasn't worried about that, he also may have made that play.
It's true. 0-1 the count. No out here in the bottom of the second. Harmon puts a bunt down. Right back to the pitcher. It goes high in the air. Dooley, and he'll throw down to first as Morris makes the play. But Harmon does his job on the sacrifice bunt. So on the 1-4, Evan Leonard moves over to third. Hampton up to second base. And there's one away here in the second. And here's Easton Beatty.
Number 4, Easton Beatty.
Here's another guy that's had a couple of good at-bats with runners in scoring position this summer.
Absolutely. Beatty, so far this season, when you look at things, batting near just south of, and I mean barely south of 300 with runners in scoring position.
This one is low for ball 1. Hoppers with runners on second and third. One out here in the bottom of the second. They trail 4-0 to Paducah. Morris comes set. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed by Beatty, and it's 1-1. anything over on that right side to get us a run in here. We just need something, kind of break through.
That's something that Beatty's going to have to really try here. Whenever he swings, it's almost kind of that pull side swing. If he can just throw his hands and push, almost like it's a bunt, he's just pushing it that way.
Yep.
And bring someone in.
He hits this one high and deep into left. Going back on it, I'm not sure anybody's going to, well, are they going to make the play? Yep, they finally do. It's Dixon with a running catch in the gap way out there near the fence. And that's a sacrifice fly for Beatty as Leonard will come in to score. And moving over to third is Zach Hampton.
That's a mistake on Jake Morris there with the location in that pitch. It gave Beatty something a little bit more inside half of the plate. You keep him outside where he isn't extending his arms out to, you might get another swing and miss or a weak ground ball to stay in the infield. Would have been the same result, probably with only a runner on third and a 4-1 score. But you're giving your defense a little bit more of a chance than one hit deep in the gap, and he's allowed to pull it out there.
I wasn't sure either one of those guys was going to get to that. Dixon just kind of faked his way, and then all of a sudden threw his glove up there and caught it. I really thought that Andrews was going to come over and make that play if anybody was.
The other thing, too, with Dixon, last second he changed his trajectory on where he, like his little path running out to it to make sure he caught it.
Here's a ball driven hard and deep into right field. That one may be off the fence, over the fence. It bounces, and Declan Riggs with a ground rule double, and he'll drive in Hampton, and the Hoppers are back within 4-2. That ball was just a laser out into the right center gap.
Absolutely it was. I mean, he caught that thing completely on the barrel. And, yeah, I mean, that thing had a chance off the bat to maybe escape the yard without the bounce, but you still get it out there, you do your job, and a really good piece of hitting when you need some runs here quickly with a potential bit of weather coming in.
Yep. Alex McGuire bats now with 2 gone. He hits the first pitch into left center, and moving over on it is Andrews, and he'll make the play. So the Hoppers get 2 on a hit, took advantage of a couple of walks as well, and we've played 2 innings checking the Michael Venables State Farm scoreboard. It's Paducah 4, Hoptown 2, back with more Hoppers baseball on 95.3 The Farm. the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. I'm really surprised that we haven't heard thunder or seen anything that's has resulted in the players off the field yet. The players don't seem bothered by it at all, though, do they?
Nope.
There's a swing and a miss there. And Dixon goes down on strikes. There's 2 gone.
Now Ross is starting to settle in a little bit. Things are looking good for him. And just get out of that first inning. That's also some of the other stuff we've seen from him, especially when he's come out of the pen for this team, is that first inning, it's a little bit shaky, especially with the fastballs high for the walks. And then he'll come in for a second inning of work, and that's when he's settling in and looking a lot better.
So no count here as Mira bats. He had a single. We thought it was an error, but they gave him a single on it over to first base a while ago. Heading the count 1-0 here. And the pitch here is outside corner for a strike. And 1-1 to Mira.
You know, I've never made this comparison or thought until now that Carter Ross almost reminds me of a Graham Ashcraft type, where he started off as a starting pitcher with the Cincinnati Reds and then had to get moved to the bullpen because he didn't do well in his first inning.
There's a ball hit into right, going back on it, and it is gone. Brendan Mira with a solo shot with 2 out here in the top of the third, and it gives Paducah a 5-2 lead. And that one was just tomahawked right out of here.
Tomahawk Chief.
That's right.
There you go. I think he got pushed out there with the dramatic winds
Yep.
coming in. It was well hit. I'm not going to take that away. Yep. It was seriously going to get out there either way.
Yeah,
but
he got it in the wind stream, that's for sure.
The winds are definitely you can see it at this point.
Yeah. And the trees beginning to move now. It looks like storm is approaching pretty quickly. 2 gone here in the top of the third. Curveball is in for a strike to Jack Robinson. He flew out to right his last time up. Boy, it is nasty looking out there. This pitch is right down the middle, and he says, no, sir, it's a little low, so 1-1.
Yeah, but again, like there's some guys, you go to Evan Woodward, who's done really good out of the pen, and he's a guy who only needs about 3 to 5 pitches to warm up. There's some guys that have learned that they pretty much simulate an inning in the bullpen before coming out, and that might be a thing for Carter Ross in the future.
Yep. 2-1. I made sure to ask if it was okay to interview him before he started, because I didn't want to get into his routine, because you're right, a lot of guys are very serious about their routine.
I think this has just been the thing for him. That first inning, it takes him a minute, and there's our umpire who
I believe we saw lightning.
Yep,
so lightning has been called. The player's getting off the field. We're going to stay right here for just a moment.
Yeah.
Because I want to tell you there is a severe thunderstorm warning for our area, for Christian County. And it is kind of rough out there right now. So this thunderstorm warning could produce winds up to 60 miles an hour and hail. Players hustling out, putting the tarps over home plate in the pitcher's mound. So it looks like we're going to go to a delay here. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We just want to make sure everybody's safe. But if you're on the Gracie side of Hopkinsville High, then you probably already know because it's happening. But if you're on the Pembroke side, look out because looks like we're going to get hit pretty good here. So everybody keep your eye on the sky. And if you're outside, you might want to start getting your things inside and get them taken care of because we do have a severe thunderstorm watch for the area. Now, of course, it is a warning, not a watch. It's a warning, which means they have spotted this storm. And if you check the radar, it is turning up some red, and it's headed right just to the north of Hopkinsville. But there is going to be rain in our area as well. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we'll see if we're going to be able to continue to play this game tonight, what we're going to do as far as delay, and maybe it'll pass over without anything. But we'll see what happens here as you're listening to Hoppers Baseball on 95.3 The Farm and 953thefarm.com.
If you're like me, you're
95.3 The Farm. Playing country favorites for Hopkinsville, Oak Grove, and Fort Campbell.
Back here at the Chick-fil-A broadcast booth at Tiger Field, Hopkinsville High School, we are under a delay as the teams have been asked to leave the field. We have lightning and looks like a thunderstorm moving in. In fact, we have a severe thunderstorm warning now for Christian County. That is coming through south central Kentucky, northwestern Todd County and south central Kentucky. Of course, we all know where Todd County is, but at 7:50, a severe thunderstorm located over Hopkinsville, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard there, 60-mile-per-hour winds. They're also saying that there could be some hail in this. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations that are affected by this include Allegheny and Hopkinsville, and all points in between. But it is dark, dark, dark out here at the ballpark now. The wind is blowing extremely hard, and so far, though, we've been lucky. Not much rain, if any, has fallen, but it is lightning, and the wind has gotten up. But it's just a reminder that this severe thunderstorm warning now until 8:30 our time. And looks like we've got another one here. So, yes, it is till 8:30. So no reason to panic. However, if you've got outdoor plans, if you're on the western northern side of Hopkinsville, maybe toward the Pembroke area or even into Todd County, that area over there, be ready because it is coming your way and it's coming in a hurry. So be ready for that. But again, National Weather Service of Paducah has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Christian County and northwestern Todd County until 8:30 tonight. At 7:50, severe thunderstorms located over Hopkinsville, moving east at 30 miles per hour. And that is why we are now not playing, and rain has started, and it is really coming down out there right now. They have covered home plate in the pitcher's mound, but it looks like a monsoon if you look out over the outfield. So we'll see how they can manage this, but we're going to wait it out until we hear otherwise. However, on this weather service severe thunderstorm warning, no tornado, just a severe thunderstorm warning. It is until 8:30. It is for central Christian County, northwestern Todd County. Until 8:30, hazards are 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and it is radar indicated. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees, and locations include Hopkinsville and Allegheny and points in between. This includes the Pennyroyal Parkway between mile markers 7 and 17. So if you're between here and Allegheny, you might want to start making preparations right now. 7:54 as this game went to a delay here in the top of the third. Paducah was leading 5-2. We're going to come back here in just a few minutes. We're going to take you to Kentucky Sports Memories. We'll play that, and then when we come back, we'll see if we have a decision on what's going to happen with tonight's ball game. But again, severe thunderstorm warning for Christian County and Todd County. Locations between Hopkinsville and Allegheny until 8:30 tonight. Strong winds, and just be careful out there as it is really getting nasty outside. But we'll be back with more. Colin, you have something?
Real quick before going to break, just to mention, not that it means anything yet, but it looks like the Paducah team is kind of packing up to head back to the bus. There's no official word. I'm trying to text a few guys in the dugout, but this one might get called pretty quickly.
Okay.
Wanted to throw that out there right before we went to break.
All right, we'll see what happens. Of course, the Hoppers are due to play 2 tomorrow, and they don't want to tear anything up tonight. So But we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, and then if we need to, we'll play Kentucky Sports Memories for you to kind of get you through this tornado. Or I keep saying tornado. No tornado. It is not a tornado. It is a severe thunderstorm warning. There is no tornado at all with this storm, but it is high winds, and it does have some hail and heavy rain associated with it. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, and we'll see if we can get you through this storm, and then maybe get back into some more baseball, but we'll see.
Whether you're shopping.
To Hopkinsville.
Welcome back to the Chick-fil-A broadcast booth here at Hopkinsville High School's Tiger Field. A storm moving in, and Paducah's Chiefs have gone to their bus. The Hoppers have gone to, I guess, the inner part of their dugout over there. But it is raining here. It hasn't put down a lot of rain, but lots of wind. It is raining at the moment, but they do have the tarp down on the pitcher's mound and at home plate. But if possible, we'll continue this game. But if not, then we will probably see them part as a doubleheader later on in the season. We do have a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 4 o'clock. And full count here for a doubleheader tomorrow. That's going to be a big one as they are really trying to get back into the race. It's a two-team race at the moment, but full count just kind of lingering there, trying to get back in it. And a couple of wins tomorrow against Hoptown would really improve their standings. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning. It's in effect for Christian County and also Todd County. The severe thunderstorm located over Hopkinsville, moving east about 30 miles an hour. That was at about 10 minutes ago. So it's kind of the worst of it, I think, has gotten over Hopkinsville, but it's headed toward Todd County. It's moving east about 30 miles an hour. Hazard 60 miles per hour wind gust. Source radar indicated. Impact expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Hoptown and Allegory. This includes Pennyroyal Parkway between mile markers 7 and 17. And for your own protection, just move on into an interior room on the lowest floor of a building just to get out of it. We have not heard word at all about what's going to happen with fireworks tonight. So if you're calling or texting the station, we have no answer for you. It is supposed to move on through, so hopefully they can get that done. But I don't know. You'll have to just kind of check our Facebook page, and I'm sure our news team will be able to update that as they get that information. Again, a thunderstorm warning is in effect for Christian County and Todd County. Between here and Allegory, as it's moved over Hopkinsville for the most part. Still dark out here, and the winds are still blowing. And it is raining at the ballpark, but the worst of it, I think, is gotten through, and it'll be headed over to the Todd County area, over toward Allegory. So includes Pennyroyal Parkway between mile markers 7 and 17. And again, for your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. Severe thunderstorm warning came through Hoptown about 7:50, and it's this will go on until about 8:30 tonight The National Weather Service of Paducah has issued the severe thunderstorm warning for Christian County and Todd County until 8:30. We are hearing lightning, or hearing thunder. We're seeing lightning, hearing thunder, and every time that we hear thunder, that's a 30-minute delay. So we're going to go play some Kentucky sports memories, and then we'll see if we can find out what they're going to do about the game tonight. And as soon as we know, we'll let you know. But we are in a weather delay here in the third. It's Paducah 5, Hoptown 2. And we'll come back as soon as we can. You're listening to Hoppers Baseball on 95.3 The Farm.